Now, before we move on to the fund and need portion of the program, I want to give you an update on the support that you gave during the 2014 gala and what you did to help, what you made possible last year. Last year was amazing. We raised money for a place to call home. This is a shining light, I think, on the need for safe and affordable housing options for folks with intellectual and developmental disabilities. You stepped up last year and raised a record amount of money for the ARC of the Greater Twin Cities, a record amount of money. So you need to give yourselves a round of applause, because it was fantastic last year. Now, many of you know that the ARC plays a critical role in finding housing solutions, and with your help, the ARC was able to host 2 housing conferences connecting nearly 400 people with critical housing resources. The ARC collaborated with metro counties to explore suitable housing options for residents with disabilities and provided training workshops to caregivers on specialized housing options. The ARC continued advocating for systems change, was able to leverage new funding streams as well. Many of you also remember our 2013 ARC Gala co-chairs, Vic and Maura Katyal. We have a very exciting update to share, and I remember this distinctly from 2013. Their son, Mikhail, now has a job he loves as a school playground supervisor and a lunch monitor. How good is that? We celebrate his success. Mikhail, that is terrific, and we know that finding a fulfilling and enjoyable job is not simple for a person with intellectual or developmental disabilities. So congratulations, Mikhail. That is a tremendous thing. Thank you for sharing that with us, and we celebrate with you. Now, along the same theme, this year's ARC Gala focuses on creating a brighter future for young people who face unique challenges, but they have big dreams. We all have dreams, and so do the clients of ARC. There is no clear path, friends, but the ARC is there to provide guidance so young people can leave the nest and soar. How wonderful is that? Now, the facts are that today, 1 in 68 children are diagnosed with autism. Over half of all people served by the ARC each year are individuals on the autism spectrum. Last year, nearly 1 in 4 calls to the ARC were school-related. The ARC eases the transition to adulthood, which can be very difficult, through in and out of school programs and one-to-one advocacy with families. The ARC has a great program. I hope you've heard about it. Get Set. The Get Set program delivers in-school curriculum preparing students with future job skills, including interview coaching. My favorite place, ARC's Value Village equips nearly 100 students per year with important employment skills, including timeliness, task management, and reliability. The ARC's innovative Transition Vision Project helps students and their families in charting their dreams for the future and creating a detailed step-by-step plan to get there. Now, parents also receive support through networking groups connecting parents with one another and with experienced ARC advocates. I'd like you now to learn a little bit more about one family's story.
All parents want their children to live the lives of their dreams. For adults, we often look back at our adolescent years as times that are unsettling, confusing, and yes, maybe even a little difficult. For individuals with disabilities such as Down syndrome or autism, the challenges of the adolescent years are greatly magnified. We call these years the transition years, and they usually are in the age range of 14 to 21. The ARC has been providing information, support, and innovative programs to families for 70 years. Over half of those served by the ARC last year were on the autism spectrum. Mark and Carmen Edmond have 3 sons on the spectrum, all at different stages of transition. We sat down with them to hear their story.
Our family. Well, we have 4 boys. Oldest is Austin, he's 22. Then we have Wesley, he's 19. We have Devin, he's 17. And then we have Preston, and he is 14. Wesley, he attends HTC and the TASO program in Eden Prairie. Also goes to Vector. He's a pretty busy guy.
Devin is so into trains that he's already studying to be a brakeman.
He definitely has a goal. He wants, to be a train engineer. If he could just go off and do that right this minute, that's what he would do. And I think that's going to be a big challenge because there are steps that have to be taken. With Preston, wow, he's 14. I don't think he really knows.
Some disabilities can be diagnosed when a child is born, yet other special needs often emerge during the preschool years. No matter when a diagnosis occurs, it often is traumatic and is complicated for the family to process. The ARC is there for families at all ages and stages of their lives, including babies, young children, adolescents, and adults of any age.
I guess we first noticed in the Asperger's with Devin when he was about 2, and we noticed some things weren't quite right. He wasn't developing as fast as other kids probably would that would be his age. He was playing alongside of other kids rather than playing with kids. And it wasn't obvious, and yet you felt like it's something you should have seen earlier.
I was determined that I was going to fix it. That was my first thing. And then when we started to get hit with realizing that Wesley was on the spectrum also, and then turning and seeing that here's Preston and there it is, right in your face. So it's now it's just time to deal with it.
Autism, in the best way that I can explain it, is like being trapped in a car that lost all 4 of its wheels. You see the world around you, you know what's going on, you just don't know where to go and how fast you should go, and what do you do?
There were some things going on with Devin, and he was being bullied, and then somebody at one of the schools just happened to drop something in my lap, and they said, look, you need to call these people. And I said, okay, I will. And so I called, and I was so fortunate. I got Susan as my advocate, and we talked.
I started working with the Edmonds 7 years ago when Preston was in 1st grade. I've seen a lot of changes in the boys over the years. There are a lot of, twists and turns and issues and concerns that parents have to deal with as their children go through the school years. And transition creeps up. When you think about all the areas that a typically developing child will just kind of learn and absorb, and a child with special needs does not, the age of 14 to age 21, it turns out it's not that many years to really address all the issues when you look at all the transition areas that are to be addressed and all the transition areas that are going to help that student become independent.
Transition is, on all the different levels, is difficult. You can't just say this one thing's going to work for you. So we are constantly on the go and constantly trying to figure out what they could succeed at, what the boys can, that's what it's about. It's about building their confidence. I've seen many people struggling. I'll sit there and I'll listen, and then I'll start asking them, do you have somebody that is helping you with this? Do you have somebody who's advocating with you for your child?
A critical part of planning for the future is mapping out a young adult's strengths, supports, and dreams.
I have worked with a lot of families over the years that I've been with the ARC. I tell many parents, you know your child best. You are your child's best advocate. And the ARC's job is to help support that parent. And it's not to tell them what to do, it's kind of to work with them so that they know what's possible. I think that a lot of times they just don't know what's possible.
You know, I have to thank all the contributors that are out here tonight that have donated to ARC in the past and will continue to do in the future. It's a great cause that's benefited Carmen and my boys immeasurably. I don't know how I could ever put a price tag on how much it's benefited us and what it's done for us and the services that we've gotten and where my boys are today because of it. My dream for them is to be able to do what they want to do and actually have them become independent and successful.
We are thrilled to have helped the Edmond family, but there are so many more families, so much more we can do. Planning for the future is complicated, stressful, and emotional. We need your support in order to help us expand our current transition services and to help us implement our new ideas. Don't we all want our sons and daughters to soar into the future?
Folks, they are with us tonight. The Edmonds, I want you to come and join me on the floor. They are with us tonight, the family who is profiled in the video. Please join me in giving their ARC advocate, Susan Hines, who's here. Susan, come on up. Thank you for all of your great work. Here's their boys, Carmen and Mark and Austin and Wesley and Devin, Preston and Susan. Again, can we give the Edmonds a round of applause for having the courage to share their story with us tonight? Folks, in just a moment, you're going to listen to Wesley's talents as he's going to sing for us in a few minutes. There's no doubt that the Edmond family may be unique because they have 3 boys with disabilities. But like so many people in the Twin Cities, their family has benefited from the ARC's expertise. Their family has benefited from what you've done. I think every parent in the room wants the same thing for their kids. You want the chance for your kid to grow up, to live independently, to pursue their own dreams. Folks, tonight's Funded Need moment is really important for us. It funds the Transition Vision Project, which is a specialized project specifically for kids between the ages of 14 and 21. It helps kids assist the transition between childhood to adulthood. It helps them to find housing, to transition to their employment options, to teach life skills like balancing a checkbook, figuring out transportation and rides. Folks, this moment last year, this moment broke a record for us. Together, with your help tonight, we're going to see if we can set a new record this evening. But regardless of whether it's a new record or regardless of the total amount that we've raised, we are so grateful and appreciative for your partnership. As we were talking before and doing a run through of the program tonight, Carmen and Mark said that they would like to work together with me tonight, with their family. They're going to shake some hands as we work together as a community. Folks, let's do this together. Let's see if we can raise $120,000, which is our goal for the program. Let's do this as a community tonight. Is there anyone this evening willing to start by pledging $10,000? Anyone at the 10? Thank you. Here's one at 10,000. Let's give them a round of applause. Number 581. Carmen and Mark, you can head over and take your boys. Here we go. Number 581 at 10,000. Here's another one. Number 692 at 10,000. Let's give her a round of applause. Number 692 at 10,000. We're at $20,000 so far. That's 20,000. Anyone else at the $10,000 level? We've raised $20,000 so far. Anyone else at the $10,000 level? At the $10,000 level. Folks, we're going to the next level. How about $5,000? Anyone tonight willing to pledge $5,000? Yes, here's one. Let's give Sean a round of applause. Number 496 at $5,000. Number 496 at $5,000. Number 496. Anyone else at the $5,000 level? Yes, here's another one at $5,000. Let's give this family a round of applause. Number 629 at $5,000. Number 629 at $5,000. There's another one at $5,000. Anyone else at the $5,000 level? At the $5,000 level. We're about to break 100,000. Here's another one. Number 704 at $100. Number 157 at $100. Number 138 at $100. Number 715 at $100. Number 448 at $100. Number 448 at $100. We're coming up to 105,000. Folks, as we celebrate together, let's put our hands together for every single person in the room tonight. There's another one, 584 for $100. We're gonna watch the needle keep going up.
My goodness. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
So everyone, here's what the tablets look like. If you could just take a moment to enter in your pledge amount into the tablet device, it'll show up and make checkout go much faster. We're gonna make it to 120,000. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for supporting us. Have a great spring, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need to tell you that I think Glenn Flattabo is such a terrific human being. He is so generous with his time. He's one of the best auctioneers, charity auctioneers I've ever worked with, and that is saying something in all the things that I do for groups around the Twin Cities and in greater Minnesota. So Glenn Flattabo, ladies and gentlemen.